Okay, so now let's learn how to apply that material we just created to these buildings that we made. Let me move these guys here just so they're easier to see. You will notice that if you just drag and drop, the material here is going to be all distorted, the scale is off, and that's because we didn't make the UVs for these buildings. So let's fix that. First, in Maya, we need to create this material. So select the faces that you want to apply it. For example, here. And then right-click, hold, go to Assign New Material. And look for Surface, Stingray PBS. Click on Use Color Map, use Normal Map. And here we can name this material, so wall brick 01. And make sure it matches the file name, because this makes it easier to apply it in Unreal. And then you scroll down, and when you see color map and normal map, you just pick those files. I'm gonna place the stylus folder here, just for ease of access. So the C, and now click, hit 4 on your keyboard to go back to object mode. And then you can go back to the brick here. Remember, I'm in attribute editor if you don't see this. And then you can change the normal map. And to visualize here, you see everything is gray. We need to click on this icon here, textured, and now we can see the brick. So now it kind of matches what we have in game. So to fix this is very easy. Click on the UV editor tab and F to frame. Select these faces. Click on Auto here in the shelf that I included, and then hit on 4 meters. So this is gonna map these faces to a 4-meter grid. And then scroll up so you can see what's happening here. And now let's rotate these faces because they're facing the wrong way. So rotate here, and if you want to see the texture, you can click here on textures, and you can see. And here you control the brightness. And if you want to see tiling more, you can change that here in image range. Image range. And then you can put like -1, -1, true. And now it's gonna tile a few times more. So select this edge here, and then this one, and this one, and click here, stitch, move and sew. So now they're gonna be straight. And if you double click, you can select the whole island. So hit D, you see the same hotkeys to change the pivot. And snap to this vertex here with V, hit D again, hold X, and then we can snap this whole thing to the 0, 0 here. So this will make sure that the bricks are aligned. So you see, they are aligned. And a 4-meter wall here, like this is a 4 meters high. It covers 1 tile of the texture. So that's the scale that we are working. You know, like we are not gonna do this kind of things. You know, like, oh, if the bricks are too small, you can do this. But instead, if you want to do that, you change them in substance. Like, always make sure that you're working with the same grid. So 4 meters, this works well. And now let's do the same for this guy. So let's select those faces where we want the brick. Here, for example. And then hold right click, go to assign existing material, and our brick is there. And I'll just repeat the process. Let's isolate those faces so it's easy to see. And then do auto. And to isolate here, you see the alt key doesn't work. But you can click on this icon here, isolate selected. So now we see only those faces. And then repeat that process. Select those edges. And make sure you leave one edge unselected. Because when you stitch, like if you try to do this, it's gonna try to stitch around and it's not gonna work. You need to have a seam somewhere. And now rotate so they face the right direction. And we can set them to 4 meters. And now we can snap some corner and move to 0, 0. Snap some corner, move to 0, 0. So now let's fix the UVs on the interior here. So very easy. Same process, auto, auto. Rotate. And make sure it's 4 meters, and then it snaps somewhere. And now we can re-export these pieces. And you're gonna get this message because Unreal noticed that you have a new material. So just hit reset to FBX. And let's fix the material assignments here. So double click the static mesh and look what happens here. Wall brick 01. That's our material. So we can just drag and drop this here. And Lombard is the standard material from Maya, and we don't have that yet. So let's just save this. Go to the other one. And save the right one. And you might notice that this is broken, right? Because we dragged and dropped the material like this. So you overrode anything we have here. And to reset to the base, you just click here, reset. So when you apply materials on a new mesh, like never drag and drop in the mesh itself. Drag and drop here in this screen, because then every time you drop that object, it's going to have the right materials. So that's pretty much it. In the next session, I'm just gonna make the other materials real quick, just so we finish this. And this should be most of the knowledge really that you have to know to get started with the tutorial, with your main environment.